All right. Hello, friends. It says we're live, but it always takes a minute to start. Whoa, it was fast.
I was just saying, there's a
And
lot of
it was
people
like
waiting for us.
instantaneous. And holy cow, there's a ton of you here already. Well, hi, everyone. Welcome.
This is probably a good time to mention we don't have a moderator, so I'm like trying to skim through and see all of those comments. But
Yeah, so it's a real good time to mention that we're not going to see everything you guys say today. We are moderator less. So, and obviously here Heather and I are on camera and we're going to be creating. So we're not going to see as many of your comments today. We're going to do our best, but it just is what it is. So you're not going to see the Pink Fresh name in the comments today at all.
unless
Um,
Kinnery surprises us and pops in,
yeah,
but you
unless
never
Canary Surprises is able to jump on and moderate, but we're not expecting that. That will be a treat if it happens.
know.
All right. Well, welcome everyone to our holiday release sneak peek live. As is which we do with normally every single sneak peek is Heather and I we're combining, we are joining forces and we're creating live. It's always a little chaotic and we giggle and laugh but it's a lot of fun.
And I'm going to give a quick disclaimer that my back has been acting up, so I might be a little off and weird. I mean, if it really flares up bad, I'll have to tap out and just show my card later and let Leo finish. But I'm going to try and power through. I've got my ice pack handy and
Awesome.
getting old is
Absolutely.
fun.
So, before we get going, this is not your average weekly live because this is a sneak peek live. And what that means is we are going to give away the entire release to one lucky person.
Feel like I need a
So,
drum roll.
and this is a $387 value. So,
It's a
I
big
mean, it's
release.
huge, friends. Our holiday releases are pretty big. So
Yes.
this is a big deal. So the way that you gain entries into the giveaway is what you're currently doing. Chat with us in that live chat. So every comment is an entry, and we will pick the winner randomly at the end of today's live. Now, another way that you can enter for your chance to win is underneath here, there's a button. It has an arrow next to it, and it says the word share. Click on that, and you can share it wherever you would like. You can share it to your Facebook page. You can share it on an Instagram story. If you have like a crafty message or DM going on with crafty friends, you can share it there. And then finally, if there's a crafting Facebook group that you're a part of, you can share it there as long as it's okay. There are some that don't like that, so make sure you know the rules of your crafty group. Come here, let us know you shared, and that's just another entry into the giveaway.
Yeah, and we also really appreciate it's not an entry, but we love when you hit that thumbs up button, especially as we kind of level off all of our email stuff that helps more people find it. And I already see there's like 42 thumbs up on today, which is record setting. So thank you,
We
everyone who did
appreciate
that.
it greatly.
Yes, yes, yes. And then most of what we're using today is sneak peeks. So we don't, as usual, usually we have links to what we've
I
used.
think everything I'm using is a sneak peek.
Yeah, other than like inks and stuff, and usually we try and get those linked up before, but this was one of those last minute. Leah and I just finished like getting ready and figuring out what we were doing. So
Yes.
we'll do our best to show what those are. We'll update those later. And if someone else is watching and you miss it, ask, and I'm sure someone saw what we're using, even if we don't see the question.
Before we get our cameras flipped around, a couple of things I wanted to mention. So this release goes live Monday. So Monday, August 21st at 7 a.m. Central. That's also mentioned in the video description. There are a couple of other things in the video description as well. We have a lot of events coming up. First and foremost, we have our Create and Connect holiday card making event. This second registration, this is final registration for the event. So if you want to join us for that event, it takes place the weekend of September
23rd, 24th.
Thank you. 23rd, 24th. That registration ends this coming Sunday. So I've got links for that in there. There's a link for the USA and link for Canada and international. You do need to register based on your address for the correct one.
And just to clarify, make sure you know that that's all brand new. None of that's going to be part of this holiday release. We get asked that a lot, and everything for our events is completely.
Anything that you see us using today and anything that releases on Monday is not in the event kit. Yes. That event kit is fully exclusive. We may release some later next year or in the next year, but at the time of the event, it's fully exclusive. It's never seen before. Yeah. And then finally, Heather and I, our first Create and Connect Craft Along is this Friday. You can still register. You can't get the bundle anymore, but you can still register to join us. And you can use any product you want. Once you register and you pay for your registration, you get a download that has the link to the Zoom meeting. And then it has the PDF with the instructions and photos on the cards we're going to create together. And then at the back, there's actually a list of ulterior product designs that we offer that we think would work.
Alternative, not ulterior.
Alternative. Thank you. Alternative.
Well,
that you could absolutely use in place of the products that we're using for the craft along. So,
and you get to
that link is also in the video description.
Yeah. And you get to join us in a Zoom link. We'll have about a half hour of just chatty time. We'll have some fun giveaways.
Yeah.
And we're just really looking forward to a little bit of a smaller event.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's a little bit smaller. It's a little bit more affordable. Well, quite a bit more affordable. We know that the Create and Connect big events are not in everybody's budget. So we thought this would be a fun way to create and connect with you in a more affordable fashion. All right, we got to get these cameras turned around if we are ever going to get creating. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera around and put it on speaker mode. And then I'm going to give you guys a first look at the product.
I will mute
today. And Heather is going to get ready to hot foil. Okay. All right. We are on speaker mode. And I think I'm on. There we go. Switching over to myself. So while Heather is getting prepped and ready to hot foil, because she's going to be doing the hot foil version today, here is just a peek at the products that we are both using. Now, we're both using a couple of other items from the release, but we'll share that a little bit later as we go. But we are going to focus today on our new Winter Berries frame product suite. This is a 4-piece product suite. It has a stamp, a die set, layering stencils, and then a matching hot foil plate. So this is the set we're featuring today. I'm going to stamp. Heather is going to foil. So I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to let Heather take over and she's going to do the foiling first thing.
And of course, I forgot to hit my machine on right when I started, so I'm a second or two behind, but I'll quickly just go over the foil that I'm going to use. I'm using polished brass glimmer foil, and I'm using my Spellbinders glimmer machine. And I've already got this pre-die cut. I'm also going to show you, I'm going to hot foil a sentiment. So you guys are getting quite a few sneak peeks today. Lea and I were pretty clever on what we're using today. So I'm going to use this fun new hot foil sentiment. She has a different one she's going to use. She already pre-foiled it, so she'll show that to you in a little bit. But just like all of our new hot foil sentiments, it has the hot foil and the coordinating die all in one set, so you don't have to order 2 different things. And hopefully my hot foil plate will be ready really soon. I am also not going to do the reverse foiling today just because we have so much to do and to catch up on. Let me see. There's a question there about being available at a later time. Diane Jackson, are you talking about this Friday's little event or our holiday one? The one for this Friday, we are going to have a replay available, I think, for 3 months, if I'm correct on that. And then, of course, our holiday event in September, that's always available for at least a year, I believe, is our standard on that. All right. I really was all ready to switch the button on right when we went live. And maybe we should switch over and go ahead and let Lea stamp real quick because this is taking a long time to heat up. Do you want to do that, Lea?
Sure. And I'll answer that question real quick. Yes, for the Create and Connect Craft Along, that's Friday. We will upload the replay on Monday, and then that we'll get the replay link sent out, and it will be it will expire in 3 months. Okay, so I am going to stamp today with the Winter Berries frame. I'm going to do that double stamping that we do quite often. So I am going to start out by stamping in just some gray ink. And then I'll come back to it because I want to stamp it in detail black, but detail black needs some time to dry. So we love the, let me make sure I have this the right way. There we go. We love the double stamping feature for using with detail black. One, you get a nice crisp outline. think that's going to fit very well in spot. You get the nice crisp outline after you've done all your ink blending, but then you can let your detail black ink dry over top of the ink blending. So win-win, you can keep going with your project. All right, so I've actually never used this stamp set, so I'm going to quickly just wipe it down and make sure I don't have any manufacturing dust or particles on it that would interfere with my stamping. So I'm just going to get it cleaned up a little bit here. And then we will proceed to stamp it in a little bit of rocky slope. And then hopefully by then, Heather's hot foil machine is all nice and heated up. All right. Stamp this a couple times just for good measure, because I know I'm pretty sure I am going to go over it in black. We'll see. I'm pretty sure though. Yep, and I'm going to do it just one more time in hopes that maybe it will show up a little bit better for you guys. All right, so there is that. And the key to double stamping is do not remove it from your MISTI form or your stamping platform, whatever you have. Leave it there because then it will line back up with your stamped image and you can stamp over top of it in any color that you want. So now I'm going to send it back to Heather.
And ironically, my platform, the ready light came on like right as we switched over and you started stamping. So I pondered interrupting, but I was like, no, we're not going to do that. So I hit my timer, which should be going off any second here. And there it is. Perfect timing. So I'm going to push this out of the way a little bit. I've popped that loose. I'm going to put my foil on there, pretty side up, my cardstock piece, my shims, which if you look close on there, you're getting a little bonus sneak peek because there's another item from the new release that I accidentally foiled onto my plates, not once, but twice. So it's in 2 different colors. Leah and I were crafting and I did it. And then I repeated myself right afterwards in a new color. So, all right, really quickly, I'm gonna, oh, well, that just came right off. I didn't even have the chance to switch that. I'm gonna put that back over there so my plate can start reheating and be ready for my Holly Jolly sentiment. So we're going to pop that over there so you can see that starting to heat up. And then I'll save my leftover foil and I'll solid foil that later. But for now, as you can see, we got a perfect foiled image there with that polished brass. And one other thing I want to note here, you notice how it comes in this perfect frame image. What's fun about this set, as that heats up, you can use it just as the frame like this and just trim out like with a rectangle die or something like that. But when it die cuts all of the individual pieces. You'll see later when we get to that. So it gives you some more possibilities with the set and you can reassemble them popped up and still create that frame shape. All right, that is hot and ready again. I'm going to set that aside, get my foil stuff ready there. And here's a closer look at that foiled plate, your bonus sneak peek that wasn't planned on. Carolyn, yes, it's not gold. It's called polished brass. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's pretty close to gold. It just has a little, I don't know what the word is, a little bit of a darker tone, maybe like a little hint of brown in it, I guess you could say. And then this is pretty much cooled down already. One of the things I love about a glass mat is it cools those plates down so quickly. All right, as soon as that timer goes off or goes on there solid, then we'll be ready to hot foil this sentiment. And then I can put my foil machine away and we'll set up and go ahead and start. Ah, there it is. It's that saying, you know, watched hot foil machine never finishes preheating. Is that a saying? I feel like it could be. All right, let's run that through the machine here. Okay. Let's stay attached so we can have that peel back moment. Ah, look how pretty. There's something fun about foiling for holiday cards. I feel like it's so festive that it makes it more fun. All right. Leah is probably going to pop back on here with us and we'll continue on working on these cards.
All right, I got us in gallery mode. I'm unmuted. We don't have a moderator, friends. That was me just popping in real quick to answer that foil color question.
We're doing our
no
best here
moderator. It was just me. I had nothing to do. So,
all right. There's my, it just makes me happy. Okay. And Leah's got a head start here.
So I'm doing the other hot foil sentiment in our release today, but I pre-foiled mine just for the sake of time. So I'm using the fa la la la, fa la la.
And it's in a different color. Yeah, you've got your reverse foil. I was just going to show the reverse foil.
I've got both there too. I haven't die cut mine yet, but I will momentarily.
Yep. Die cutting will happen later.
Yep, that will all happen later. Jennifer is asking if this video will be available to rewatch later, and absolutely, it is available forever on our YouTube channel, unless our YouTube channel ever shuts down, which we don't have plans on.
Knock on wood.
Right. So once we hit the end on this live stream, it will be available for replay right after. All right. Getting everything lined up here. So I'm going to start off ink blending stencil number 1 in Mermaid Cove. I know, surprise, surprise, I'm going to do aqua greenery and not standard green.
We are all surprised.
You know, someone is asking, the two foiled sentiments that Heather and I are using today are foil only. So we didn't do a stamp or anything with those. We don't do a ton of foil only products, but occasionally we have a sentiment here and there that are foil only. And for these ones, these ones are foil only.
All right. And I'm going to multicolor stencil these. So I'm starting.
And one quick question for the Friday craft along, we are not using Christmas product. We are using some products from our most recent release, our July release.
Yep.
Heather, you say you're doing multicolors?
I am. That'll slow me down. So.
Yeah.
But that's okay. And I was just going to do the deeper, but I was like, you know what? I like that. On the leaves, they're big enough that you can fit the 2 tones in. So.
Yeah, these are definitely leaves where you can absolutely do multicolor. Even if you're doing 2 colors of the same color family and you just want to deepen areas, you certainly can. You'll notice though that I am able to do the same thing with just 1 shade. So perfectly fine if you want to do 1 shade, multiple shades, all of it works great.
Yep. Yeah, no matter what, even with just this first shade that I'm doing, I'm getting some, but I'm going to deepen it just a little for fun. That was a last minute decision.
Was it? Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
We do choose different colors, but Heather pretty much always knows what I'm going to choose. I don't branch out as much as she does.
Someone just asked if we'll be using the Holly Jolly products in a future craft along. I think at this point we're staying away from hot foiling in those just because not everybody has the hot foil, but so right now I don't think so, but
yeah, right now, honest truth, we kind of plan that a little closer to the date, so we don't have planned out we're gonna use at our next craft along. But because not everybody foils, I don't know that we'll do a ton of foiling. Maybe here and there.
You never know.
We'll see. Yeah.
It'll probably depend as we start doing it and who's there and how many people want to. And if everyone there has hot foil and wants to, then it might be something we consider.
Yeah, for sure. We'll ask some questions in these first few ones that we do and get some feedback and see what people think. Great. I'm done.
I knew you'd be first. That 2 tones slowed me down, but that's okay.
That's okay. You'll catch me at some point.
Maybe. I'm a little handicapped with the back today, so that might slow me down enough to. Your back's bad when you have to ink blend carefully.
I've seen quite a few people comments pass by that's like, it is hard to work and watch at the same time. I get it, friends. Like we mentioned, this will absolutely be available for replay. So if you have to, work, because we get that, that's how you make your money, to be able to buy your fun hobby items. It will certainly be available when the live is over.
Okay, I'm ready to
Ready?
peel off. I've got that done. Ready?
Ready.
Ta-da!
So pretty.
Look how pretty.
Love it.
Fun.
Fun.
All right.
Okay.
So stencil
Right.
2.
Stencil 2. Some berries.
This set is so easy to line up, you guys.
It is so easy to line up. It's like clockwork. It's just like whoop, lined up.
Right.
And anyone else surprised that I'm pulling out coral reef today?
Me? No, just kidding. I'm mixing it up. I'm gonna kind of do reds and oranges. So I've got the deepest.
That is
of our
such a
oranges.
cool color combo. When you showed me the colors and I saw persimmon on there, I was like, what? Look at her
I'm
being all like citrus and out of the box.
kind of excited to see how it works. Kind of like a Christmas fall fusion.
Very.
And I think I saw someone at the beginning say something about the more greenery focused, how they are kind of fun because they're a little more versatile, that they don't have to be just holiday. They can be, like I just said, kind of more fall tones or winter or even spring if you mix them up.
Oh, 100%. Like think of if you did the berries in purples, like, that would be really lovely for fall. It would be more like more fall colors and
and blues.
these are while the stamp set has Christmas sentiments on it, you certainly can use these and mix and match them for other seasons.
Okay.
I think I'm
pretty good about mine there.
I'm getting there. I think my coral reef needs a refinish, so
that's okay. I'll wait for you. You're pretty close.
I'm close. I just gotta clean off here real quick.
Yep.
All right, I am ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Stencil layer number.
So
Mother's Eve is looking so Christmassy and pretty. That's awesome.
That orangey tone. So fun.
So fun. And then I think this last stencil, you and I are using the same color.
I think we are. You know what's so funny is we actually went through the stencils in completely just in order today.
Yes, we did. 1 to 3. These ones are a little, these ones are pretty, not very complicated.
None of them overlap, so you really can do them in any order and it doesn't matter.
Zero overlapping on these ones.
Yeah.
Right. Some red berries going on in here.
Like you said, I love that we're using the same color for one of them, but they're going to look so different just because of all the other colors that we do.
No, right? Allison, that was a real plus from COVID. There's not a whole lot of pluses that happened from COVID, but the fact that we really expanded the ability to connect with each other through all of the different type of events that are out there was definitely at least something positive that came from something that was pretty awful.
I agree.
We really hope you guys are going to like our new, more affordable shoot of Create and Connect with our craft along. We're so excited for this first one that's coming up. All right. This is a lot of red, so I am going to clean this up a little bit.
Same. I had to do that too.
Right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go do it.
Ta-da! Now I'm not quite done yet because I want to go back and restamp it. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to get the tape off here, kind of get my stencils and stuff put aside. We'll clean all, we both will clean our stencils later
Yes.
once we end the live stream.
While you do that, because you already have your background die cut, so I'm gonna sneak peek mine and do my die cutting while you do that
Oh,
too.
that's a good idea.
So this is we have, I told you we have lots of sneak peeks today. So this is a new cover plate die that's part of the holiday release. It's called Stitched Christmas Star, and it's definitely a new favorite for me. I love it.
It is such a good one.
Such a good one because it just has the stitch lines. It just adds texture. There's no little bits to pop out. Just like our cover plates, there's no border die. So I have a card friend here that I'm gonna cut it into. This is Lawn Fawn. I think it's called Speckled Egg or Eggshell or something like that. So I can do it right on the front of that instead of on a separate panel. So
and so you'll notice I checked my Misty a couple times to make sure that the stamp still lined up, and it sure did. So we're good to go. And I am just inking this back up in some detail black. And I'll probably stamp it a couple of times just because I have a bit of a light touch. But I think that the detail black is really going to make this image pop a bit more than that gray. Oh yeah, I can already tell that I like it. I am going to stamp it one more time, but I can already tell that I like this better. It's so pretty with that soft tone, but then you put that dark color over top of it and it's like, oh, that really stands out now.
Yeah. Oh, that just pops. I love it.
That's in there.
Okay. So there's all of that fun texture. I hope that shows up on there for you.
Perfection. Friends, look at that. And now it just really comes with that nice crisp line. I know you know what? I may do it all of the time, but I'm still nervous when I restamp. I like to do it because I like the crisp impression, but that first one, you always kind of get a little hitch in your breath, like, oh, please don't halo. So I get it, but I think it's fully worth the risk. The rewards are worth the risk, friends.
Totally.
Right, I'll clean that a little bit better later, but at least got the initial part. So
time for die cutting,
I'm also
right?
going to give you another sneak peek, but I've already pre-cut mine. So this is another new cover plate that's coming out. This is our snowflakes cover plate. This one's a little different, whereas this one does have that cutting line around the edge. So not all of our plates have that cutting edge. We try to keep most of them without, but this one, it has the cutting edge on it. So.
This one was from a previous last year's holiday event. So this is one of the few that
and just look at how amazing and intricate this is. I just love this set.
Yes.
So
that's a great one for the bubble wrap technique.
What?
Great one for the bubble wrap technique that we show.
Yeah, or if you have a brand new Gemini 2, which I recently got, and I just got new plates for it. Holy heck, that thing has a lot of pressure. It cut it out perfectly, but every single piece stuck in the die. So keep that in mind. Every little inner piece. Right. I need to do some die cutting here as well.
So I've got mine taped down, so I'll go do my first die cutting and then be right back.
I could probably cut these at the same time, but I would rather not. So I'm kind of a cut in multiples kind of girl. Great. We get my die nice and lined up here.
I'm going to die cut my other one.
Where we'll probably be a little bit quiet because we're both back and forth die cutting, and I'm going to go ahead and get mine cut as well.
And perfect timing. I'm back. So I've got those die cut. I can just get them popped out so we're ready to create with them. All right.
And then as we mentioned, this cuts out all of the frame pieces
So pretty.
into separate pieces. A little bit of flat on it.
All right. Out of the way for now. And then there's some fun of those little detail pieces, those chads to pop out that make it.
Yeah.
Part of
I
the
got to
fun
cut
of,
out my fa la la sentiment real quick. So I
Yep.
am going to go ahead and do that as well.
Perfect. I'm just going to be popping out those little inner chad pieces there. There's not that many, but it's just that extra detail that makes them so amazing. Other thing I'm trying to decide, once we get on it, I'll have to decide if I want a secondary sentiment or not. So while Leah does that, I've got a few kind of leftover pre-die cut pieces that I'm just going to kind of decide what I want to use on here. So this is a window from a nested arch. And I'm debating on if I want to do this and kind of tuck my florals or my greenery into that. Or I haven't pulled this one out. I'm trying to remember what the name of this one is. This was from earlier this year. Rounded corner. What's the name of this one? That's just the negative piece from, I should have pulled it.
I think it's like rounded braided rectangles, I think.
That's it, rounded braided.
Along those lines.
So that decision time of which one do I want? Or if we want lots of gold. And I think, I don't know, the gold's kind of pretty too. I think I like the white frames. And I think I'm leaning towards the arches, but let's see. That is kind of fun there on that one.
I think someone had mentioned that the fact that this set you can turn these elements into a wreath if you want, and you absolutely can. I think you're going to see a lot of wreaths in.
I think there's even some already done with that with the design team.
Oh, there are. I know I did one, and I think quite a few of our team members did it too. So you're going to see a lot of fun ways to use this set. It is really, truly super versatile. There's lots of different ways you can use it. Okay, I've got my sentiments cut out. I'm going to grab these and I'm going to get all of the little, if there's any extra pads hanging out in there. I think I got most of them there.
Planning where this is where we get quiet while we think. And
yep. So I have just a nice white card base here. I'm gonna cover it with some glitter paper. This is ivory glitter paper from Michaels. I use it a lot. It's probably like my go-to. And it's just going to pop out from underneath. It's just going to be underneath this snowflake background. Yes, Karen, this is our dual tip embellishment tool. On one end is the jewel pick or the jewel picker. And then on the other end is a craft pick, and it has a ballpoint tip to it so that if you accidentally get your finger, it really doesn't hurt. So it's got a little safety feature to it that we really like.
For sure. All right.
All right, here we go.
I think that's kind of
Glue this piece of glitter paper to the front here.
something like that.
So there.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to commit and do that. The last question is, do I want a secondary sentiment kind of liking that extra sentiment on the stamp set. So I think I'm going to stamp that here.
Okay.
Do detail black and trim that down to a strip. So help me catch up here, or help you, yeah, get us on the same page, you know?
Please, Sherry, a fancy card is a great gift. Right, and I'm just gonna do the boring thing here because I'm trying to gotta get glue all over this background so I can get it glued down.
Yep. Definitely
Just
a
trying to
better
get
one
all
for
of those areas that have little open spots. Oh, glad to hear that. I use the embellishment tool every single day as well, Gloria. It's probably one of my most go-to tools, seems, these days.
that and the stamp press that I'm using. I feel like
Mhm.
I can't even stamp without it anymore.
No.
Okay. There's that fun little extra sentiment from that Winterberry set.
So pretty. I was trying to make that one work on my card today, but it just wasn't good.
Well, and I wasn't even sure until I got to this point. Then I was like, yeah, I can do that. That'll work.
Okay, so I've got the glue on here. And now this needs a little time. So we're gonna grab this clear black because the only thing I use clear blocks for anymore is the paperweight.
Holding things down, yeah. And I didn't see who it was. Someone asked which colors I used for the leaves again. It was fresh pear and evergreen. So the lightest from one green color family and then the darkest from a different one. I love mixing and matching color families.
Julie, it does have so many chads, but it is it's worth it. It's so pretty. The background is so pretty. And Deb, I pretty much always have used Barely Art, so I can't really speak to the other glitter. Or the other, whatever that art is, it
Blue.
art glitter glue or whatever.
Mhm.
I can't really speak to that one, but I love my Barely Arts glue. It very rarely clogs, and if it does clog, it's pretty easy unclog. So big fan of Barely Arts over here.
We're gonna do some foam adhesive on this now. That's where I'm at.
Not quite ready yet. All right, come on, friend. Glitter is so hard to glue things to.
Mm-hmm.
If we can. And if I'm going to need to put a little bit of other type of adhesive on it, or this card is never going to get made.
At least not live anyway, right?
At least not live. Nice, Cheryl. I see Cheryl jumped on. Well, we're just going to have to go with it. I may need to add a little glue here and there to get it to sit down, but I kind of got to move on a little bit here, or this card is never going to get made. So good thing to know. Don't try to glue something down with liquid glue to glitter live because it needs time to sit.
That's okay. That can be finished later, right?
Well, not really, because I do need this to, I'm going to build my card around here.
Oh yeah. Well, but if that part,
All right.
up, you can glue it down.
So I am going to use this as a little guide to help me place my
nice.
my pieces that go in it. So I want to kind of emulate the frame, but we're going to do things a little bit different up here in this corner because this is where I am going to put that sentiment. So we're just going to add some foam to the back of this. But I'm not going to glue it down quite yet.
Okay. And I've just used foam adhesive there to get my frame on the front. So we're good there. Now I can start assembling too.
Okay. All right, so that guy is going to kind of sit right there. So I do know that I'm going to want to put this guy here. So another way that you can do this same technique, if you want to keep the um, elements in the same place as the frame, you could die cut from the panel and then you know where to stick them. You could lightly stamp in the background to add them, but I didn't really want to stamp onto my glittery panel. So I'm just going to try to use this as a guideline. It may not be exactly perfect, but I did do the die cut technique with the other card set I've made with this for the release, and it worked really well.
And another thing I've seen people do is either with the dies or the hot foil plate to dry emboss it on and then use that as a placement.
Yeah, that works
That's
too.
another
That would
way.
work really well, actually. Okay, so let's see.
I want this
Oh,
to have little banner
that
edges, so I'm
works.
gonna trim that down.
This guy here sure is.
We're doing really good for time with everything we did
Are we
today.
really with all of this?
Yes.
Yeah, we are. Holy cow! I thought we were. I got to sworn it probably was already like
Out of
almost
time.
1.
Uh-huh.
Hey, look at us.
Although we haven't hit Bling yet and we haven't decided what we're using, so
Oh, that's true.
no promises. No promises.
Great. Okay, and then I can just slowly keep popping these out. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna have to get some stronger adhesive, I think, for my background. All right, so then this guy is ah, I think glitter paper in general, I missed you. Oh, Patricia. I think glitter paper in general is just hard to get things to stick down to. And so what it really just needs is more time. The Fairly Arts liquid glue is fine. It just needs more time pressing on it. So when I'm done, I'll get some things on here to help um, press it down on the sides a little bit better to help it set in place. So it's just that glitter paper in general is just hard to glue things to. And I didn't really think about that when it comes to this being live.
It's okay. There's a lot of things we don't think of when we're stick with. Okay. I'm gonna start hearing this down with and Jean. So many comments, they go by fast. Yeah, that's I know we are missing a pile of them today
Oh,
just because we're
I am only seeing a handful of comments that just quickly catch my eye when I glance up for a
Yep.
second.
So I promise we're not ignoring you if we miss one.
No.
We just there it's just the luck of the draw, like when we happen to glance up and see one that we can
Yep.
answer. All right, little bits of liquid glue to here, and you probably saw I kind of fluffed up the edges of each of these as I'm sticking them down, just so that we get a little bit of dimension from that. And then I'm only gluing right in the centers because I want to leave these kind of floating free a little bit.
Okay, so here we are. And here we are with these last two, which I think I'm going to freehand a little bit. So I had my guide. Now, because wait, so let's see here. I want this little fa la la. I'm going to tuck in here like that. So this guy, right, I'm going to put my fa la la sentiment down. I think. I'm probably going to add a secondary sentiment as well. I've already got it pre-done, and so it'll be another peak, another product.
Another
So you
peak.
guys are getting a ton of peaks today.
Let's see.
Tuck in there. Sure it doesn't look totally crooked. Right, so then we got this guy. Okay, so we need foam more at the bottom.
There we go. I need a refill of my Barely Arts glue there. Fluff up those edges. Half of it's just playing and arranging until you like where it goes.
Right. So this guy. Just gonna
I like that there. Perfect.
go
Okay.
with it.
We're both muttering to ourselves.
You know,
Welcome to our heads.
great. And then this guy, we're gonna kind of figure out. I may even just leave this open here and kind of tuck him in elsewhere. Maybe, maybe not.
We're getting close now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to tuck that little guy. Yes. Little tiny cute guy.
There we go. I just needed to lift up some foam so I could tuck this a little bit more into the sentiments. All right. And this guy, I'm not going to worry about foam because I'm just going to fluff him. And so now, all of the ones that didn't have foam, I'm going to do a little fluffing on them to give this card some extra dimension.
Always fun. All right. Use my foam strips for the secondary sentiment. I can't wait to see what your secondary sentiment is.
All right, so I am going to use one of our new basic banners.
Christmas edition.
Christmas edition. So our basic banners idea started in April and the die has already been released, but we're coming out with a Christmas version. And so I have all of these pre-done sentiments from working on release projects. And so I'm going to just grab one of these. I just heat embossed them in white to some really nice red cardstock. And so I'm going to grab one of these. I'm just not sure which one yet. And add it to my card here.
I love those in red.
Aren't they fun in red?
They are fun. All right. And I'm going to start a slow choosing what bling to use. Not that one. Oh,
Perfect. Pink.
not bad.
I'm going to have to
Oh,
gently pull up the foam tape and kind of move these over a little bit because I did not realize how much they aligned more to the left side of my card, and that makes me crazy. I will do that after the live, though.
that's no good.
I think we're going to go with Deck the Halls here. Yeah, I think that's going to be a perfect little touch.
Oh, these are good, but I think we're going to stick with one of the.
Let's go. Just stick with this one.
I'm just trying to decide between.
Deb, yes, they do work with the current banner die. That was the point, was the purpose of the banner die, and coming out with additional stamp sets. So that one die will work with multiple stamp sets.
And we just keep adding to it.
Yep. So now this will be the third installment. So we have Celebration, which was like a more of a birthday celebrate theme. And then we have Everyday Sentiments, which released, I think, last month. And it's just a good mix. And then now we have Christmas.
I love that one. That's a perfect with the la la la.
La 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 la. Deck the halls. I'm all over the
Love it.
Christmas carols today.
I always drive my kids nuts because I have to listen to Christmas music when I'm crafting Christmas cards
I
because it's
totally
July and
will
it's
admit to having a couple of Christmas movies on
Mhm.
while we were creating samples. All right, I'm just fixing this now because it really is driving me a little batty.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna go
I just have to
Yep, we
cover
need
up
the-
where I've kind of torn the papers a little bit. That looks so much better having just moved those over a little. Oh gosh, sorry guys. I 100% just totally hit my camera all out of
Knocked it
whack
down.
here. Sorry, friends.
Whoops.
Give me a second to get that back into, well, that's good enough. I'll fix it or later. All right, bling, 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 bling.
I'm already kind of working on it. I think I've got. I was trying to pick which one I wanted to do and went with the metallic gold because it just works with all the
Nice.
sparkle and shine.
I think I'm gonna do glitter drops, I think. Blossom, ruby. I don't know if these are all in stock. I'm hoping they are. I'm gonna go with blossom,
Yeah.
ruby, and aqua on mine.
There we go. Put them a little closer together. There we go. Kind of going heavy on the bling today, but this card
Oh,
just
yeah?
calls for it.
I mean, it's Christmas. If you can't put extra bling on a Christmas card, when can you?
Right?
Let's see here. So I think I'm going to do a cute little trio off of the sentiment here.
All right, and then as soon as I get these stuck down, I'll go work while you finish yours on picking a winner.
Perfect.
So many comments.
There are so many comments today.
Making it hard for us.
Right?
So this is your
Right,
last
so
chance. Get those comments in because if you missed the beginning, this is that full release giveaway. So
Oh, that's right. Yes. So if you weren't here at the very beginning, or if you didn't see your email or anything, we are giving away the entire release today. So kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Right. And I'm just going to leave that sitting there while you finish.
I'm just flipping some over. So a lot of our bling, you can do the thing where you just shake the split the tray back and forth, but unfortunately it does not work on glitter drops. I think it actually makes them all upside down. So I'm just trying to flip a few over to be able to use today. All right, let's see here. I'm just going to kind of randomly some into the berries today. There we go. I'm not going to do every single berry. I think we're just going to do a couple on each branch. I think that will just add some nice extra sparkle
Hey, Mama
to the
Ray,
images.
a winner all picked and ready to go.
Oh, hey, let's just hold on. Let's hold on. Let me finish my card.
I'm waiting.
Let's be front facing when we announce the winner. So this isn't going to take me too much longer. This is not going to take me too much longer. You just hold your horses.
Well, you're making everyone else wait. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just going to sit and show that sparkly foil. Yes, Flora, I'm going to go take more ibuprofen and ice it and lay down for a little while right after this.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Heather.
I love how different these look. Like you can tell they're the same set, but I love how different they look. Just
Yeah,
by
they're
mixing
so
up the
different.
colors. Mm-hmm.
Totally different. Come on, the little guys are the hardest to flip over. Great, and one little guy from the pink, and then I just have to glue down, and I'll be as quick as I possibly can.
You're fine. We'll just draw out that suspense.
We're drawing out the suspense. Yes, we are. I promise I'll be done by 1, guys, so you can who the winner
We are
is.
still doing really good for time, so there is that.
Right? This guy
I'm
is
pulling my
being
chair over that way I
obnoxious.
can sit for these last few minutes.
And I lost it. Oh, there it went. All right, I'm gonna do one more little guy in here. I guess I'm kind of going a little bling heavy today too.
It's just Christmas, it calls for it.
It does. Right. All right. I tend to be pretty quick at gluing, so hopefully will be the case today. Except for the glitter drops are just not cooperating with me. Right.
Jennifer said she skipped eating a lunch to join us today.
Oh my goodness.
I hope you at least had a snack.
I hope you had at least exactly. I hope you got something in your system.
Yeah.
I gotta go eat lunch after this. I can feel my breakfast has completely worn off.
Yeah.
Feeling a little famished.
And I saw a few people commenting on those little trays. Yes, we both have multiples because look at, I mean, you can see on Lea. I love how you can kind of fit them together like that to get.
I think all in all, I now have accumulated, I think like 6 or 7 others.
I only have 3, but I'm thinking there's times when I use more than 3 colors. So I'm pretty convinced I need.
It's the perks of being the person that photographs everything.
True that.
All right. It's done, friends. I did it.
All right. Close up side by side.
Let me just get my glue closed. Okay.
Yep.
There we go. Look at that. Totally different cards. Same exact product.
Yep. Love it.
All right. Okay. We're 2 minutes to 1, friends.
All right.
So
Let's switch our cameras and then.
yes, we could switch our cameras and announce the winner.
There we go. Might need to adjust my camera a little because I pulled my chair over so I could sit down and save my back. All right. Are you ready? I'm going to post it and then I'll say it. Ready? Elisa Ember. And it went by so fast.
That went so fast. Lisa Ember. Congratulations. And it says $15 gift card winner.
Oh,
It's the full release, not
I forgot.
a $15 gift card code. So to
Ignore
claim
the
your
$15.
prize, you need to send an email to me. My email is leah@pinkfreshstudio.com. There's no H on the end of my name, so it's just LEA, pinkfreshstudio.com. Now, once you send it to me, we will send it with all of at the same time as we send all of the grand prizes out. So we will wait until the giveaway claim window after the release. So it's going to be a little bit before we get these in the mail, but I will have your information and I will have it set aside safely. And once we are sending out all of the giveaways at one time, you'll get your August release in the mail.
Perfect.
Oh, perfect.
And we are ending right on time. That's got to be a record.
I think that is a record. Congratulations, Elisa. I will look forward to an email from you later. And other than that, that's everything we have for you today. There's no scrapbooking live this week. As mentioned, we've gone to every other week for scrapbooking lives, and then they're 90 minutes long. So we'll have one next week with, I believe, Natalie.
Yes, I think so. Yep.
Okay.
I had to think for a
So
minute.
we'll be back again next Tuesday with a live, or this release will be officially live next Tuesday. So one of us,
Monday.
I'm sure, will be using something else from the release.
I think it's my turn next week and I don't have any idea.
Your turn, yep.
So.
So most likely Heather, you'll most likely see Heather next week. And then other than that, we'll see you
some of you
Friday if you're
Friday.
joining us for Craft Along. And if you haven't registered yet, you still can. There's a link in the video description, or you can find it on the events tab on our website, pinkfreshstudio.com.
We hope to see lots of you there.
All right. Well, that's everything we have for you guys today. So we will see you next week, or hopefully we'll see you on Friday.
Yep. Have a great
Bye,
week,
guys.
everyone.